All right, so I'm back with another one with Over the Top the podcast, man. And this episode right here, man, I feel like a lot of people is gonna be able to enjoy because, man, believing in yourself is just something that a lot of people, is hard. It's hard for them to do, and just building the type of confidence that you need to like move forward. As far as like, I believe that's why a lot of people procrastinate. And it's funny because I ended up starting to write a book, right, about procrastination. And the first thing I thought about was this. They asked this question: when was the best time to grow a tree? And the best time to grow a tree was 20 years ago and now. I guess it was a Chinese old saying, it was a quote or whatnot. And so I really thought about that, man. It's like a lot of us be scared to start on our dreams and our goals for a couple of reasons. I feel like, and this is why I wanted to write the book on that, and it's gonna come out soon. I know y'all gonna love it. Just be talking about defeating procrastination, building confidence in yourself, believing in yourself, man, when nobody else do, because that got to be the hardest, man. When you trying to figure out what you trying to do, and you don't got nobody to believe in, you got to believe in yourself. I want to quote one of my buddies, man. His name Tyrus. He said, "If you can't find the one, be the one. If you can't find a person to do it for, be the one. Be the person that you do it for." And so that was like super deep to me. And I was really thinking about like, dang, that was a gem right there, because a lot of people can't find the person they want to do it for. A lot of people don't have kids like me. So, but I wanted to talk about like procrastination, man, because the reason I feel like a couple of us in our generation deal with procrastination is because one, we be scared. Two, we don't know where to go. We don't know how to do it. So it's like people be wanting to come with clothing brands, come with businesses, all type of things. Even people want to do podcasts, but it's like, dang, how do we do it? Like, and then when we do it, why it don't look as beautiful, man? When I first started this podcast, I started with just my iPhone, and I started with some headphones. Quality, as y'all know, the people that been listening, the quality probably ain't been that good, but it's about just starting. Like I said in a couple, I said in this one podcast, I said you got to jump out that plane and build your parachute on the way down. A lot of people, well, a lot of us, I ain't gonna say a lot of people, a lot of us, including me, when I first started, I wanted to start up here. I wanted to start all the way up here. I'm trying, yeah, best person, best quality, best. But you got to just start with what you got. And a lot of people just, man, matter of fact, I got another quote for y'all, man. Nike sign, just do it. I heard a lot of people say this before. I got a buddy that said it. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think about it too much. We think about it too much. It's called, this is another thing. I remember watching this video, and this guy asked this lady, she was like, she wanted to do real estate or whatever. And this guy asked this lady, he was like, you read my courses. I mean, you did my course, right? She was like, yeah. He was like, you read my book? She was like, yeah. He was like, you want to do real estate, right? Yeah. She said, I watched all your videos. I read all the books. He was like, okay, so when you buying your first house? She was like, I just need to read one more of your analysis paralysis. You trying to search for the answer that you already got. Just do it. I want to share with this too. I was in this meeting about a couple weeks ago, and this guy was like, basically, if you don't have the answer for for your problem, solution, for your problem, just go for it, and you either ask or just go for it. And so, one thing I learned, I want to share. I shared this before in one of my episodes. If y'all want to listen to it, it's called Defeating Procrastination. But I want to share this with y'all, man. So, like, I think it was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I had a lot of plans and goals for a lot of things that I don't think I accomplished. Well, I didn't accomplish, but I had new goals that I set for myself and I accomplished. And so back then, the reason why I said that is because I procrastinated a lot back then. I used to talk about. Let me tell y'all something. Stop talking about your dreams and goals. Just stop talking about the things that you want to do and just do it. You know what I'm saying? Stop looking at so many motivational videos on Instagram and YouTube, man. You gotta be your own motivation. That was something I had to learn. You gotta turn yourself up. That stuff cool, but that stuff only lasts for a little bit. I don't know who y'all know. I don't know if y'all know who Gary V is, but he was talking about this. He said, I don't like when people watch me so much, because when they watch me, I feel like they doing something. So y'all know how if y'all listen to Steve Harvey motivational video, I don't know if y'all know what dopamine is, but it's something to go to your body, make you feel good. Just like when you look at your phone. Back to what I was saying, I'll be getting off track a little bit. But this is what you get when you watching motivational videos. Dopamine just make you feel good in that moment, but it does nothing for you. To me, it does nothing for me because this is why I said that. I used to wake up every morning, watch motivational videos, and guess what? The time that I was motivating myself is the time I could have been putting in work. There's a lot of people that's not motivated, but they doing what they say they want to do. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that is motivated and do what they want to do. But my thing is, I was wasting time watching those videos. And I don't think I should be doing that either. If it's something that you want to do, the time that you listening to the motivational videos, you could be watching and learning something that can help you get further into your dreams and your goals, whatever it is that you want to do. But I will say this. I will say this. Being inspired by people can help you, move forward as well. So surrounding yourself by people that's really doing things as far as like business, as far as they health wise, as far as bettering themselves just in general, surround yourself with people like that. I surround myself with people like that. So I try to elevate. I elevate and I evolve because I'm around people that's on different levels. This is something that I remember hearing. It was like, you hang around 3 millionaires, you'll be the fourth. So my question is, if you hang around a lot of people that's not doing nothing for themselves, how do you feel? I mean, they say birds of a feather flock together. So if you're around people that's not doing nothing for themselves, how you think your mindset gonna be? But if you're around people that's doing things that can inspire you, be on a whole nother level, man. I think it was like last week. I went into this store. I don't know why I went to this store, but I just went in the store, stopped at the store, and was looking around. And a young dude came from the back, and I was like, "This your store?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Dang, this is inspiring." Like seeing stuff like that inspires people, man, and that'll make you be like, "Ah, y'all can do it." That's why I was saying, like, I remember that. I remember when I was younger too. I want to tell y'all this. I think it's a difference between not seeing stuff and seeing stuff. I had a mentor that took me and a couple of young black men out to Geist. Changed my life forever. Because it's a difference between seeing it on camera, seeing it in the picture. I mean, seeing it on pictures and seeing it on Facebook, Instagram, but actually being able to see them big old houses in person, it do something to your soul. It do something to your soul. But I gotta get back to procrastinating. That's what I was talking about. And believing in yourself. So you gotta I read probably over 30 financial literacy books and probably like 15 self-development books. And I would say this, a lot of that BS, man. A lot of that's other people's philosophy, but but I would say this, man. You don't got to look in the mirror and tell yourself you happy. You don't got to look in the mirror and tell yourself you believe in yourself. If you ask me, it is something that you got to develop because you got to get in that position where you don't care about what other people say and really believing in yourself. I believe that people that really believe in themselves, people think delusional. That's why they think Kanye West crazy. He believe in himself so much. For instance, the first person that said he wanted to fly a plane or go to the moon, wouldn't he sound crazy? First person that created light cars. You know what I'm saying? When everybody was riding on horses, he's like, man, I think I'm gonna create a car. Believing in himself that much that everybody else think you crazy. That's something that's so deep to me. Like, that's something that's so deep because we all trying to get to a certain place, but we got to have a certain belief in ourselves. And so that certain belief in yourself can help you defeat that procrastination because now you got confidence. You got confidence in yourself. I'm gonna tell y'all what really helped me with the procrastination. Because 2 years ago, this I'm gonna tell y'all a couple stories too. And I probably share some of these stories in defeating procrastination. So if you ain't listening to that episode, go listen to it. Man, it's amazing. But back to what I was saying, I read this book last year. It was called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Changed my life. The author is called Mark Manson. Go get it. Go get it. Because it talk about not caring about what people think. And like I said, when it comes to procrastination, a lot of people don't do stuff because they worried about what other people gonna say. Ah, dang, if I come out with this clothing brand, dang, I ain't got my design all the way correct. Man, if y'all see the first a picture of what I did for my podcast, man, y'all be like, are you crazy? You trip. When I came out with my book, if y'all seen the first cover, you'll be like, dang, that mug was trash again. You ain't gotta worry about. I look at it like this, right? As long as you got that one person that supports you, the one person that that purchase your item, or one person that's there for you whenever you're trying to. That one person should be yourself. But again, like my bro said, if you can't find the one, be the one. But my thing is, I read that book and it changed my whole mindset because it talks about not caring, just going for it, just doing it. You know, it also talk about this too. It was funny. I wanted to say this just because it was funny to me when I was reading the book. It was like a lot of people have anxiety. Then they have anxiety about having anxiety. Then they be having anxiety about having. So it's like you be in a loophole. So if you having depression, you'll be depressed that you depressed, and then you'll be depressed that you depressed that you. Anyways, I don't know why I just want to say, but that's what the book is talking about. Talk about a lot of procrastination. Talk about a lot of things that you can overcome as far as like caring about things. That's why it's called the subtle art of not giving a fuck. But it's by Mark Manson. Go get that. That helped me on my journey to defeating procrastination as well. And then I wanted to talk about this too. I remember when I was talking about all those dreams and goals. I mean, I had a good friend of mine that I forever love, forever, just off of telling me this. At first, I was mad. I told him like one day I was telling him about my dreams and goals again, like I always do. And it's the person I like talking to because they make me feel good when I'm talking about. Give me that dopamine that I was telling y'all about. So I'm telling them like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And they was like, man, I don't want to hear about it no more. When I'm gonna see it? When you gonna do it? Don't talk to me about your dreams and goals no more. I want to see them. And it hurt my heart because the only thing I heard is I don't want to hear your dreams and goals. I ain't heard nothing else. But it took me a while to really understand what they were saying. Like, let me see it. Actions speak louder than words. And I'm not gonna lie, it feel good to talk about your dreams and goals to people. It feel good speaking about your ideas and things, but the thing is, you gotta like forget all that. Like start that action, take that action. Now you can have that one person to talk about your dreams and goals as long as they helping you evolve the idea of that and helping you because you got to put that blueprint down. That's what a lot of people forget. So you got to put that blueprint down. But see the thing, that's why I talk about. Before I get to that point, I want to talk about this. Stop talking about your dreams and goals to everybody. Because for one, they're gonna tell you something that's gonna make you second guess it, and then for two, what are you talking about? What are you talking about it for? How long are you gonna talk about it until you get to that point where it needs to be done? So that good friend, shout out to that good friend that told me like, stop talking about. It, let me see the action. Like you've been talking about it for years. When you gonna do it? Like stop talking about it. Like one thing I want to say too, man. Social media, I have a lot of us feeling delusional. Uh, I remember this is me too. I remember making posts like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be rich. Yeah, I'm gonna be the first millionaire in my family." Retweeting all type of stuff and making. I like motivational posts, but it got to be certain things that they saying in the video on Instagram to make me want to repost it. Some risk, but all that I'm gonna be rich. And have you ever seen somebody make a post? I seen this because I was the person again, being transparent. I was the person making this type post. But have you ever seen somebody make a post saying they gonna be rich and by 30 or they gonna be this and they that? And it's like, what are you doing to get rich? You ain't selling nothing. And that was one thing I learned as a person that's doing that want to be rich. You have to sell something. NBA, if you want to be an NBA, you're entertaining. You're selling what you're doing, and that's playing basketball. You're an entertainer. If you're doing nails, you're selling a service. If you want to do clothing brand, you're selling something. If you're a comedian, you're selling your joke. You know, you get what I'm saying? I don't know how I got from marriage all the way to be. I talk about procrastination, but I'm just talking about the things that help me defeat procrastination. So that was one of them. That conversation with that person. The next conversation that I had, because I still was talking about, I just wasn't talking to them no more. I was like, I ain't about to talk to you. Since you don't hear about my dreams and goals, I'm gonna talk about it to somebody else. So I remember I ended up talking to another person about it, and this one was crazy because man, this was supposed to be a business partner. Remember, this is a couple years, 3 years ago, and so he was supposed to be my business partner. We was working on building a clothing brand or whatever. I got a joke about that in a minute. It's funny, but we built in this clothing brand, and I went over his house one day, and we watching the game. We just drinking and stuff. And I think he got a little too drunk because he ended up saying some stuff he wasn't supposed to say, I guess. So I'm talking to him like, yeah, man, we got to start this brand, man. And he was like, yeah, your godfather and them told me I shouldn't do nothing with you because all you do is talk. Hurt my soul. Hurt my soul. I'm like, oh, yeah. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of reason why I do what I do now was based off of that one right there because you're going to see what I do now. After that, took off, made the book, clothing brand, online clothing store, podcast. Don't play with me. Don't play. Hey, that wouldn't hurt my soul, but it made me better hearing that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was hurt by it, but it was the truth. As y'all know, the truth hurt. And so hearing that really put some fire underneath me. But that was the second time. The second time was over with. And I want to tell y'all this too, because I want to tell y'all this. So that was supposed to be my buddy, and that was supposed to be my business buddy. But I realized that I really wasn't the only one procrastinating. He was too, and this was funny. So I want to let everybody know this too. So I think I shared this before on the episode, but I'm gonna share it again anyways for the new listeners. But so me and him was supposed to create a clothing brand, right? And we doing all this planning. Remember analysis paralysis, trying to figure out. Remember I told y'all analysis paralysis, trying to figure out what we need to do, what we need to do. Why we caught it? Why we had the nerve to pull up somebody? This was 3 years ago. I ain't like this no more. But we caught the nerve to pull somebody up from Instagram, like, oh, this clothing brand cool. This clothing brand all right. I mean, ours would kill her. Ours would kill his. How would ours kill his and he already got his out? Ours ain't even made yet. So I was like, that mindset of thinking that he was the one that was winning. The dude that had the clothing brand, he was the one that was winning. He had his out. It don't matter what it looked like. How can anybody's stuff be better than anybody's if you ain't created it? You know what I'm saying? This is the quote that I've said before. I'm gonna say it again. The most expensive place on earth is the graveyard site. You want to know why? All the ideas and things never manifested. Them people didn't. Richest place in the world got all the ideas that nobody took the time to really work on. So it's like, imagine, you got the best idea that you done told your people, your friends, everybody, and you ain't even went to really put in the work to try it because you scared about what somebody else gonna say. Hey, look, they gonna talk, man. I said this in another episode. Everybody know about the shade room. They could post a baby that's pretty and everybody agree. I saw that one person on there that always be like, oh, I don't like his eyebrows. They always gonna talk about you. Stuff they talk about the people. They talk about Gucci still. How they stuff ugly, but how they making a lot of sales. It don't matter. So like that was another thing that helped me with the procrastination. That book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. My friend that told me like, I want to hear about your dreams and goals. I want you to do it. And then my buddy that told me that my godfather and them told him that he shouldn't do business with me because all I do is talk. So after that, I sat with myself and was like, man, I want to tell y'all this too. But I sat with myself. I got something I want to tell you. I don't know why, but I got something I want to tell y'all. So a lot of people procrastinate too because the thing that they say they want, they really don't want. I remember saying, hey, when I get this ring light, I'm gonna make a whole bunch of videos for YouTube. When I got that ring light, ask me how many videos I made. None, because I didn't really want to do it. But if you really want to do something, you got to use what you got, and if you do that, you'll be able to appreciate and develop faster because now you know how to do it without it. And so when you do get it, how you gonna take off? You're gonna be on another mode. You're gonna be in another. It's gonna turn you up. So the people that's listening to this, like, man, look, use me as an example. I done told you everything that I did as far as procrastinating, waking up every day, watching motivational videos, and to get you nowhere. I will say this though, and they say this a lot in the videos that everybody watch. Writing down your goals. I mean, writing down the things that you want to accomplish. You talk about manifestation. You talking about a really put you in a position to win. You talking about really, and let me tell you why. By writing them down, you're being specific about what it is that you want. And before they build a building, they got to build a blueprint first. That's what writing it down gonna get you. Is you building that blueprint through writing down what it is that you want. So now all right, this is what I got to do. You got in your head, this is what I got to do to accomplish it. So anybody that is dealing with procrastination, I know it sounds cliche. Writing your goals is ask anybody, writing them down and help you get there for real. And so, like, man, just developing that mindset, surrounding yourself with people that can inspire you. I talked about that too, man. It'll really get you to that next level, man. Like I said with this podcast, I tell y'all this, man. When I first came with this mug, it wasn't too many people listening to me. But like my buddy said, if I can't, I forgot the quote. But nah, just with procrastination, man, everybody deal with it and everybody got their stories, but really turn up because whatever it is that you ain't doing right now, somebody might need. And I say this too, man, you're gonna be surprised when you see how many people really, really support you and really wanna put you in a position where you can go higher. But I will say this. It won't be your family. Them would be the people that look at you and like, you think you better. You think you doing something, but you ain't doing nothing. Your stuff ain't like, hey, but don't worry about all that. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing as far as like your goals and your dreams, man, I wouldn't worry about none of that. That was something I had to seclude myself from. I literally would block a person speaking negative on what it is that I'm trying to do. You can't surround yourself with them type of people. You got to surround yourself with them people that's gonna uplift you, and people that if you don't call them, they gonna call and check what's going on, man. I haven't talked to you in a while. That's surround myself with those type of people and the type of people that's putting in action. Also, get away from the people that just be talking about they stuff, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna start to pick up that same habit of talking about it and not putting no action in towards it. But it's cool because you got to start working on it. That same day you come up with that idea, you got to start working on it. That same day. That same day. Don't play about it. Just do it. Like they said, like Nike. But I think that was the last thing on the procrastination I wanted to talk about, because man, it's like we man, the people that's listening to this, man, we gotta do it. We gotta do it for our family because we can't play. Our generation is full of opportunity, man. Another thing I want to tell y'all this: when I came with my book, a lot of people be asking me how I wrote it. Man, I literally went to YouTube. I literally went to YouTube, how to write a book, and I literally followed the steps. If you don't know how to do something as far as clothing brand, nails, anything you do, if you couldn't hear, if you want to start podcasting, anything that you want to do, man, Google it, YouTube it. And the thing is, don't be afraid to pay people to teach you, because they already made all their mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes with this podcast. I made a lot of mistakes with my clothing brand, a lot of mistakes with my book. But the thing is, if you pay people, they'll tell you what steps to skip. I mean, they'll tell you what steps to get you to the point where you need to go as far as procrastinate. So it's like, man, we just gotta keep going, y'all. And man, again, I appreciate the people that listen, that's tapped in. I'm gonna come with some more. I'm gonna drop some more gems. The people that I'm gonna have coming on here, it's gonna be some people that's inspiring, that's inspirational. The people that's in our generation that's really doing things that's winning in real life, because that's what you want to do, is win in real life. I know I talked about this before, but man, social media is an illusion for a lot of things. I'm sure y'all know, because it's people that y'all know in y'all family that look like they winning on social media, struggling bad in person. But that's life. We all going through something. But again, that social media have you fooled. Don't watch people pages too much, man. That's another thing that'll really stunt your growth when it comes to procrastination, because then you feeling bad on yourself. Dang, how did he figured out how to get to that point? I'm still trying to figure it out. Dang, I'll inbox him, he won't even reply back. Keep going. Keep going. You're going to learn it. You're going to figure it out. So for the people that's listening to this, keep going. Whatever you're going through, keep going. Stay around positive people. Keep listening to my podcast. I appreciate y'all for being patient. And we're going to drop some more. Again, I'm going to have some guests that's going to be, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, it's gonna be some gems being dropped, man. And tap in with another one, y'all. Peace.